Quality product and clear sound for the size. 7x6, 1x9 inches. Sony Stereo Cassette Boombox Home Audio Radio Black Seventable 13. This Sony Stereo Cassette Boombox is sold by Sony. Kindly follow the instructions provided in the user guide. Note: unplug this apparatus during lightning storms or when unused for long periods of time. Enjoy full-function stereo sound, playback CDs, CDRW and MP3 CDs with shuffle and program functions, built-in cassette tape deck with recording function, FM/AM tuner with digital tuning and 30-station presets, AC and battery power options with up to 19 hours of battery life. Note: kindly refer the piece provided under technical specifications before use. Mega Bass Boost circuitry enhances low-frequency bass performance at the touch of a button. AC power cord included. Power supply 1x AC power cord 120V AC 60 or 6x14 size C dry batteries 9B DC. Requires 6C batteries, works well and long with Polaroid C batteries. 4.4 out of 5 stars. This item has a total of 9,939 reviews. Product linked in the description below. The first review is from D. Taylor. Quality product and clear sound for the size. 4.0 out of 5 stars. I've had no problems with CD skipping. It has a clear sound for its small size, though I don't use the Mega Bass. Volume stays at the level it was set when you last turned off the machine. I replaced a cheap, frustrating CD player I bought a month ago with this quality product. The buttons are easy to work. The top lid opens wide so it's easy to get CDs in and out. This review is from Dan S. I used a metallic gold felt pen to color in the on-off button, which isn't labeled above the sleep button. I also colored in the skip back and skip forward buttons on the right side, which are 2 buttons among many. The only reason I didn't give it 5 stars is that the buttons are black against the black of the player, and I have to get up close to read the white labels. Good sensitive tuner, 4.0 out of 5 stars. Picks up a low wattage FM station with minimum interference. The sound is clear, not very full, but that is typical for portable boomboxes. The buttons are black against the black case, hard to differentiate except when in very bright light. I applied a bit of white enamel to the on-off button, now have no trouble seeing it. This review is from Fergus Dunaho. Hard to see the LCD readout without being right over it to see the readings. Compared with the earlier Sony X5, 3.0 out of 5 stars. While it was in my possession, I tested it out and compared it with the previous model. As a frame of reference, a 14. I have included a picture of both models together, and the first thing you may notice is that the new model is smaller. 1-inch Dell A6410 laptop lies between them. The newer model has a noticeably smaller footprint, and a laptop cannot be placed on it because the cassette buttons jut upward from the surface and the top slants a bit. Based on how much I liked the previous model, Sony X5 CD radio cassette recorder boombox, speaker system discontinued by manufacturer, I ordered this for a friend who wanted a CD player for her son. I normally use this as an audio source, and it sits comfortably on the older model. Another thing you may notice from the photograph is that the buttons of the earlier model are clearly set on the front. If you place a silicone Trived MIU France set of 2 silicone pot holders, red on top, you could place a smaller audio source on it, such as a tablet phone or MP3 player. The buttons on the newer model cannot be seen in the photo because they are on the top. This would be inconvenient for me because I normally use my kitchen stereo to play music from my laptop. You can see the newer model's buttons in the stock images. These are black against a black surface, which doesn't stand out as well as the light gray buttons on the dark gray background of the older model. Aside from the tape buttons, All the buttons on the newer model are circles of about the same size, which makes it even harder to distinguish them. For example, the FM/AM button and the audio in button. In contrast, the older model has buttons in different shapes and sizes, which makes it easier to tell them apart. Whereas in the older model, 4 buttons for audio source are grouped together front and center. However, the newer model does have the advantage of being a bit more intuitive in how its buttons function. Also, the buttons on the older model are well organized, with related buttons being grouped together, whereas the buttons on the newer model are not as well organized. While the older model has 4 buttons for selecting between tape, CD, radio, and audio, in the newer model omits the first 2. But this was partly due to placement. When I first listened to the newer model, it did not sound nearly as good as the older model. I did not check whether this keeps it from recording the radio or an external audio source, since I no longer tape record the radio anyway. I had it in the middle of the kitchen instead of against a wall. Instead, when you press the play button for the tape or CD, it will start to play a tape or CD even if it was previously set to radio or audio in. When I placed it on top of the older one, as seen in the picture, its sound improved. The older model generally has excellent sound, at least for a kitchen stereo. It never sounded better, and it sometimes sounded worse. I have some better stereo equipment, but it is fixed in other rooms. This may give better acoustics to the older model. In comparing the sound of the newer model with the older model, the best it ever did was to sound comparable to the older model. Overall, I prefer the older model for its better sound, its large flat top that can accommodate a laptop. But the newer model does have some features that would give it an edge as a bedside stereo. The speakers inside might be the same size, but the older one has a larger grille that extends around the front of the stereo, while the newer one uses the front space in the middle for the tape deck. Its sleep button will signal it to turn off in 90 minutes, and you can adjust this time downward by pressing it again. This is useful if you want to play the radio while going to sleep without it playing all night. It also has a headphone port, which will let you listen to it without bothering someone else. This is not an important feature in a kitchen stereo, which I play while walking around and working. One more new feature of the newer model is its ability to play CDs with 3s on them. I did burn some 3s to CDs and try this out, and it worked fine. So it's not an important feature for me. But for my own purposes, it is easier to plug MIME 3 player into the stereo's audio in port and listen to MIME 3s that way. One last thing to mention is that this does not come with a cord for connecting an external audio source. The older model did come with a cord for this, and you can see it connecting the laptop to the newer model in the picture. So, if you do plan to use it with an external audio source, this will be an added expense. Shuffle and program functions give you full control of how you listen to your tunes. Built-in cassette tape deck with recording function play back your old mixtapes and record new ones with the built-in cassette deck. Playback CDs, CDRW and 3 CDs with shuffle and program functions listen how you want with the ability to play back CDs, CDRW and 3 CDs. From the manufacturer features enjoy full function, stereo sound stereo, speakers housed in a bass reflex, design deliver an enjoyable listening experience. FM/AM tuner with digital tuning and 30 station presets. The built-in FM/AM tuner with 30 station presets makes it easy to listen to and save your favorite radio stations. For battery swaps that are a snap, the battery compartment quickly and easily clicks open and closed. Mega bass boost circuitry enhances low-frequency bass performance at the touch of a button. AC and battery power options with up to 19 hours of battery life. Enjoy your favorite on the go for up to 19 hours. 6 size C sold separately. Plays well with others, and auxiliary audio input lets you connect select digital music players to the speaker dock for easy access to your music, cable not included. Enjoy full function. Portable audio at home or on the go with the Isataus Sony 70 Stereo CD Boombox. With mega bass for extended bass response and your choice of CD, cassette, 3 and FM AM radio playback, this product lets you enjoy a wide range of music. Product linked in the description below. Our first question is from Ben Martin. It's also known as continuous play. It plays audio cassettes. Does it have the Autoverse feature? Please let me know, cause my 88-year-old dad is fussing for one, which takes maybe 5 seconds. Oh, the agony. Autoverse was kind of a stupid name for the function in the first place. I like the pencil comment down there somewhere. I miss the itis. Where's my Ticonderoga to see less? It really wasn't a big deal, nor that popular anyway, since records were always flipped and generally still are. Question from Jim. Does it have headphone plug? Yes, it has a headphone jack and an auxiliary input. Question from Helither. Product linked in the description below. For more content like this, please subscribe and click the bell icon so you are notified of new uploads. We upload new videos every day. See you next time.